I love the edition. I love my edition of Mansfield Park. It's so gorgeous. Chloe's talking like I know her. Oh gosh, this is a big pile of books. Gorgeousness right there.
Hello? We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Oh gosh, this is a big pile of books. Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the books that I read in April and the books I plan to read in the month of May. If you can tell by my voice, I am sick right now. I've got a cold. I'm filming this video for you guys and hope you don't mind listening to my voice like this. It is what it is. I was excited to film, so I thought I would just do it. So we're going to start by looking at the books that I read in April. I didn't read many in April, but I do have plans to hopefully clear my TBR in May. I read in part 6 books, not complete 6 books, but in part 6 books. The books I read in whole were these two. So we have Mansfield Park and Keys to the Streets by Ruth Rendell. I read half of Saving Six by Chloe Walsh, and I also read half of Daniel Deronda. I also read 4 pages of The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. This is a reread for me. And I read 4 pages of The Year of the Locust by Terry Hayes. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about those books. Starting off with Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. I'm pretty sure this was in April, but it may have been in the previous month. I can't quite remember, so I'm just going to include it in this video anyway. I read half of this and I DNF'd it because I realised that the Saving Six and Redeeming Six books aren't quite for me. They are too spicy for me. I'm not really like a spicy reader, so I didn't necessarily enjoy this. And I have also taken Redeeming Six off of my shelf. So Chloe's talking like I know her. Chloe Walsh's writing is very addictive, and I have learned a lot from her writing style. I've also learned techniques I can use in my own writing, which has been very, very useful and beneficial. But overall, I'm not invested enough in this universe to pick up the book and keep reading. So I've DNF'd this book halfway through and also taken Redeeming Six off of my shelf. But that doesn't mean that Chloe Walsh is a bad writer. She is a great writer because I really enjoyed Binding 13 and Keeping 13. I wouldn't recommend that to everybody that I know, but if you are a romance reader, then you will probably enjoy those books. Literally pausing to cough, and yeah, editing me is not going to enjoy this. That's how I got on with Saving Six. I also read a few pages of The Year of the Locust. I didn't get into this much because I started reading it while I was away at my dad's for a day, and I didn't get round to reading the rest of it. Like I said, I only read 4 pages. Oh no, I read more than that. I'm on page 14, so that's something. It is a good book. I am enjoying it so much so far. I don't really have any further thoughts on it because I'm not that far into the book. Talking about books that I did read in completion though, we have Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. This book was such a roller coaster of emotions because there's so much that goes on in this book, especially at the end. At the end, I kept pausing the audiobook to think, hang on a minute, did I hear that right? Did that really just happen? If you love drama, then you will definitely love this book. Even though it's a classic, it's really, really good. And I love the edition. I love my edition of Mansfield Park. It's so gorgeous. And I have Persuasion in the same edition as this. It's the same kind of style. So I love this book, and I'm really glad that I have this copy. The back says, adultery is not a typical Jane Austen theme, but when it disturbs the relatively peaceful household at Mansfield Park, it has quite unexpected results. And that's all I will share about this book. It's brilliant and I love it. Then I read Keys to the Streets by Ruth Rendell, and I annotated this in full. I love the annotations, they look so good. Gorgeousness right there. This book was wow in so many ways. The writing style, the characters had me engaged, and I wanted to know more about the characters. Oh dearie me, I'm not well. I wanted to know more about the characters and how their stories progressed and evolved. I can't really The blurb says, Mary Jargo has donated her own bone marrow to save the life of someone she didn't know, and this generous act led directly to the bitter breakup of her affair with Alistair. For him, it was as though her beauty had been plundered, but the man whose life she had saved would change Mary's life in a way she could never have imagined. So this is unlike a plot you have never ever experienced in your life. And I think that's why I enjoyed this book so much, was because there's nothing else like it on the market. And this book was genius. The writing style was gorgeous in so many ways. I felt like I was there. And I absolutely recommend you picking it up, especially if you love like a hard literary fiction. Like me, I'm learning that is very much my style, as well as classics. Then you will love this book. It is unbelievable. Then I read, in part, a few pages of a few pages of The Goldfinch. This is a reread for me, and I love this book so much. I also love this edition. It's so floppy and just a really nice book to hold. I got up to page 9 in this book, and my tabs match perfectly with the front. I could go on and on and on about this. Look at them. It's so perfect for each other. It's going to take me quite some time to finish this book, but I don't care. I am here for the experience. I love it. I love it so much, and I am looking forward to continuing this. And then I read half of Daniel Deronda. This book is someone commented recently saying that it's so rich, and that is the perfect expression for this. There is such a huge variety of characters and their experiences, and I am learning so much about the characters, and they are making me feel so many complex emotions. It's quite genius, this book. To say that Deronda was romantic would be to misrepresent him, but under his calm and somewhat self-repressed exterior there was a fervour. So far I am loving this book, and I am really excited to finish it and to see how this ends. There is such a rich variety of things that happen in this book, and the main character, Gwendolyn, at first I found her rather annoying. But now I love her, and I just want the best for her. I'm really struggling with my voice right now, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I want to include my final thoughts when I finish this, hopefully in my May wrap-up. I'm having to stop to keep coughing, so I'm just going to give myself a little break. So I will be finishing this in the month of May. Very excited for it, and I will talk more about it when I'm done. So the books I am hoping to read in May, we have a few of them. Here they are in all their glory. We have a couple that I've just spoken about. Hopefully I'm going to finish Daniel Deronda by George Eliot and make some more progress in The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Maybe filming this was a bad idea because I do not sound good at all right now. I just got this book in the mail in a recent video, and it is 100 World's Greatest Short Stories. This anthology presents a captivating collection of short stories crafted by eminent writers whose works transcend time, featuring illustrious names such as Poe, Chekhov, Joyce, Dickens, Wilde, and other luminaries of world literature. These tales have enchanted readers for a decade, weaving together a tapestry of timeless narratives that continue to resonate with audiences across generations. So I would like to read a couple short stories in the month of May, because writing short stories is something that I have struggled with. I used to be able to write short stories so well when I was younger, and now I'm struggling with it now that I'm older. And I've written a full novel, which is coming out this year. So reading a few short stories from this book should hopefully help me as a writer to progress and to maybe write some of my own short stories. Now we also have Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I love this edition, and I love how floppy this book is. It's absolutely gorgeous. You don't need me to tell you much about Great Expectations, as you've probably heard much about it already. I'm hoping to read this in the month of May, all being well. So very excited about this. And finally, we have The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandra Dumas. My TBR picked this book for me, my TBR jar, and it was definitely laughing at me when it did that because it picked such long books for me to read in the month of April. It was no wonder that I was going to struggle doing it. But nevertheless, it is on my May TBR, so I'm excited to get to this and to finish and, well, to start reading this book. So, if I can just pick this pile of books up. These are the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of May. I'm not going to read all of the short stories in here, just ones that pick my fancy. And I'm not going to read all of The Goldfinch. We are going to hopefully read in completion Daniel Deronda by George Eliot, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and hopefully The Count of Monte Cristo. So we will see how we get on in the month of May. So yeah, these are the books in all their glory. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you have gotten this far, please leave this emoji. You are a real one who is watching my videos all the way through. You mean so much to me. Hopefully I am better by the time I post another video so you don't have to listen to me sound like this. Because I know I sound horrendous, and to be honest, I'm not feeling my best. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you a lot, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!